So HyperVerge is a team of very, very smart people. They have cracked the problem how to take all of these pictures and images and make sense out of them. So if you take all the 100 crore people we have in India and put them in some kind of order of either how much money they make or how much assets they have, it's a pyramid, and the pyramid is very narrow at the top. So it turns out that about 2 crore Indians have access to all the credit, whether it's be loans, home loans, credit cards, so on and so forth, and the rest of the people really suffer. And the reason for the suffering is not so much that people do not want to extend credit to them or they do not need credit. Of course they need credit, whether it's to pay a school fees, whether it's a medical emergency, whether it's birth and death in the family. But the lenders who want to give them credit do not have sufficient information. And a lot of times, even if they have information, the process of KYC and all the regulatory things that one needs to do, a lender needs to formally lend, becomes so impossible that in the end they get no credit anyway. So this is the problem that MoneyTap set out to tackle in 2015. So today we have 500 million people with a smartphone, and each smartphone has a super fancy camera compared to any other point in history. And these cameras take pictures, and these pictures can get uploaded onto the cloud. Now, using this information, what we realize is that we can make credit much easier and much faster for the larger population as opposed to sort of the top elite few. So that in a short is the fundamental charter of MoneyTap. So as we proceeded along the journey, this process of taking a photo, uploading it, and process of collecting all the information, uploading it was initially very clunky. And this is where HyperVerge came in. So HyperVerge is a team of very, very smart people from IIT Madras and other colleges, and they have cracked the problem, especially in India, especially of how to take all of these pictures and images and make sense out of them using advanced techniques such as machine learning, neural networks, and artificial intelligence. So even 3-4 years ago, this would have been some esoteric research inside a lab in Google. But today it's available to the common man in India thanks to companies like HyperVerge. So we partner with HyperVerge in a couple of areas, but mainly we use the technology of taking the images and documents from the customer and quickly and efficiently making sense out of them. Previously, before HyperVerge, this job was done by mass and mass of people, a lot of human beings sitting there looking at computers and processing this. Not only this takes a lot of time, and it's also prone to mistakes, but it's also very expensive. When something becomes expensive, the people who pay the price are the poor, right? So we cannot give them credit because it's just too expensive to process their application. But with technology such as HyperVerge, now the solution becomes affordable, and that cost is then passed on, and so we are able to process credit much faster, I would say about 40 to 45% faster in terms of processing the data, especially the image data of people's photos, people's IDs, people's documents. And thanks to HyperVerge, we are reaping the benefits of this. And this also increases the morale of the people in the company, because now we don't have to have people do repetitive work of clicking a button. No human being wants to do such a boring job of clicking buttons. So the burnout is very high. People just get bored and leave the company. So now we don't need it because the machines and the algorithms of HyperVerge perform this much faster and much better. So thanks HyperVerge.